Howdy everyone, it's yours truly, Omen Enraged here, and we need to talk. We need to talk about a recent incident that has happened with me over on Twitch. As you all know, I was streaming World of Tanks yesterday, and I had quite a bit of a stressful day yesterday, don't get me wrong, and I have been given a 7-day ban on Twitch. Now, I didn't want to come on and have to explain to you about my ban, but I think I really need to get something off my chest. And what I think the verdict is on what's really going on. Now, let me explain a bit how bans work before we get into any of this. So, if you cause any kind of offence on Twitch that breaks the guidelines, community guidelines, or rules, you will be getting a ban. How long for, you may ask? Well, that just depends what you're doing. So, for example, hate language speech is what I got done for, pretty much, which it often involves cussing or coming out with liners that have a lot of swear words in. Thing is how long are the ban? They usually give 7 days for that, which in my eyes, I don't think it should be a week. And the reason why is because there are people, other people, not everyone, but just other streamers, bad eggs, that have been doing and saying things far worse than I have, regardless of what the subject is, and they have been getting banned for less and not getting punished enough. So that makes me think that there is some sinister injustice occurring, where some people, like me, I feel like I've been getting banned, this time unfairly, unlawfully. And when the idea is in your head that people are doing worse than I and getting banned for less, that is not justice whatsoever. And I am going to stand my ground and in my own corner for this. And I feel like this needs calling out, because it is one of the many big problems, not just on Twitch, this is also a problem in society as well, where somehow, if you do something worse than anything that I've said, which was the reason for my ban, right? And they're getting only slapped on the wrist on getting banned for less. I'm sorry, but where the hell are the priorities going? Who is switching the priorities? And why are they the wrong way round? How can hate speech be a worse punishment than, for example, a physical or sexual assault can happen? And there's been plenty of times that has happened on Twitch. And it just makes you think, how the bloody hell has that happened? I will tell you how that's happened, because incompetence is very, very, very much alive today. And Twitch, I've been incompetent quite a few times without even me being involved. Just other people in general, or maybe more popular streamers or people, etc. So I am particularly not fully sure why I received the ban, but I can believe that it was something that what I said with a lot of cussing. Absolutely. How may I banned, may you ask? Well, there's two possibilities that I thought of. I don't know if Twitch is permanently monitoring anyone who goes live streaming. Maybe they do, but I'm not fully 100% sure. Or the fact that is that there is a snitch. There is a snake in the grass going around who's taken a particular liking to when I break. They've decided, oh, he's broke again, let's report him. but I can't be fully certain. But those two are the only two possibilities. If Twitch monitor it full time when as soon as I'm live, then oh well, I can't do nothing about that. But if there's a snake in the grass, I will go to the ends of the earth to hunt that person down, and he will not be getting nice things. But as I said, I don't know. Now, I'm trying to handle this professionally, and before anyone asks, did you appeal the ban? Well, I did, and it was well written, about 800 to 1,000 words, and apparently it wasn't good enough to try and reduce the ban, or revoke the ban. It's just ridiculous, to be honest with you. And you know what? I believe in myself, and I believe that this one situation does not make me a bad person. Right? Everyone has the good times, and everyone certainly does have the bad times. You're only human. And I'm just as equally as human as everyone else. I may be disabled, but I'm just like everyone else. I've got the capacity, so I know what's what. But before you know it, the ban will be lifted, and of course, I'll be back streaming on Twitch. It's where I mainly streamed for the years I've been on. Now, if anyone's worried about but Omen Enraged, 3 strikes and you're out, I'm going to explain something that, well, it should be confidential, but I'm going to explain it anyway. When you receive a ban on Twitch, now, often not, I've seen the ban history, and I've been to the page and looking up on your account how many bans you've had, when were they at. Now, what it also does show is the expiry date on the offence caused. Now, I had a ban back in 2024 at September the 17th for the same kind of thing. However, because of over a year that's gone by, the ban was lifted, which means the charge was dropped. So that obviously reduces it, the charge. If you've caused 3 offences from the duration of the first ban or offence you've caused, and the expiry date has not expired on that ban offence, then what that often means is you get a longer ban on the second warning, and the third ban could end up being your last. Whether that's fully true or not, I don't know, but that tends to be the case. And if before anyone says, oh well, that's the letter of the law, I'm sorry. Might well be, but that doesn't change the fact that there are some rules and some priorities on the Twitch guidelines that need sorting out. Because I think that's pretty low and lame. You get banned a lot for longer when you, of course, say hate speech or hate language. I just can't believe how that has been the case. And I think it's quite pathetic that that gets you now considered a worse offence than causing any kind of assault. It's madness. You tell me. We're living in a mad world. And the thing is I didn't really want to come on to explain this, but I thought I needed to, just to all inform you what's really going on, and what my stance is on the ban, and what I believe. Now, I do get angry on World of Tanks quite a bit of times, especially when my teammates are bad, or when the whole game sucks. And World of Tanks has been sucking as of late. You might have been able to tell. And sometimes I do have a loose temper. And sometimes I can control it, and there's days where the game is just so messed up that I go off the rails. And I'll admit that. I'm no liar. I'm not going to lie about it, pretend that, oh, I've got a fake happy mask on. I would rather be transparent and truthful with my feelings and emotions than to wear a mask, a fake happy mask, because that doesn't work with me. So you can forget about it. I just hope something gets updated on the situation of bans that are worse than others, or offences that are worse than others. But it's not always the case. I mean, some people, the bans catch up with people at times, and there are some where Twitch have the favourites where that isn't the case. And I think it's quite annoying. Because there have been situations in the past with Twitch, or with certain situations. And there are many kind of different situations. And even I've seen enough to know that. Because I navigate quite a bit. I observe very well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all understand about why I've been banned for 7 days. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, the week could go quick and I'll be back on next Friday. But the fact that I'm having to sit out with a 7-day ban, I can't do anything about it. But what I can do is, if I decided to stream on YouTube, that doesn't count because it's only happened on Twitch and not YouTube. I can still do anything I need to. I've got other things I can do. So, again, it's no stress, but I just think what I've said, it needed calling out. I think it really did. And I would rather... In fact, actually, I'm going to tell you something. Right? I have two choices, right? So, the two choices that I have pictured in my head of this situation is, I'd rather be behind bars than to be a snake in the grass. So what I'm trying to say is, I would rather go to jail than be a snitch. Because snitches get stitches, and that's the saying. Whether someone has snitched on me, who the bloody hell knows. But I hope whoever has done, they get a serious awakening and a comeuppance that they're not gonna like. Whether I do it, I don't know, or whether life does it to them, or the hands of fate, who bloody knows. I don't wish anyone anything bad on anyone. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a horrible person. It's just that I feel like in the situation at hand, it's just unfortunate in the circumstances I've been involved in, and this journey is not over. And forget about trying to guilt trip me into apologising, because I don't feel sorry for any of it. I shouldn't have to. And sometimes you gotta stand on your own 2 feet. Like, two choices, feeling sorry for yourself or toughening up. Standing on your own feet. I'd rather stand on my own feet, even though I can't stand. I'm disabled, right? Of course I can't, but I can back myself up. That's what I am meaning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's high time I put an end to this video. I hope you all understand what has gone on with me and Twitch. And when I go off this recording, do not worry. I'm completely fine. I've just had a bit of a rough time since my 7-day ban as of late. But I can recover from this. I'm not going to give up because I had one day that didn't go my way. That's not how it works. I don't give up that easily. I know I should have to. I just hope people understand that there are some rules and some guidelines on certain things that I just feel like if it's anyone doing far worse than the thing I've done, I just feel like it's completely unjust and unfair, and it's not right at all. Bloody free speech police are real, and of course snitches are real. And I don't want to have to put this out of context and then take it to another subject. That's not what this video was for. It was just simply update you on what had happened. Anyway, over and out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back streaming next Friday, and until that time, I'm going to recharge. And if anyone wants to talk to me about this situation a little bit more thorough, feel free to message me. That's completely fine. That's it.